In this lecture, you are going to learn how can we transform a non-linear equation to a linear equation and vice versa as well. For example, if you are given an equation of the type, we, uh, we have concept of linear equation. So what is general form of linear equation? It is y equals to mx plus c. So this is general form of linear equation where m is gradient and c is y intercept. But if the equation is given to you is other than a linear equation, then you will learn can you transform or how can you convert it into a linear equation. For example, equation is you have to convert y equals to ax plus b over x, which is not a linear equation, into linear. Also remember that we may have more than one way to do the same question. So what you can do, you can take LCM. It becomes ax square plus b over x. And then you can cross multiply. You get xy is equals to ax square plus b. Basic technique to make a linear equation is that you have to separate one of the constant. In other words, you have to make this as subject of the formula. So now when you compare it with the equation y equals to mx plus c, you can suppose that this whole expression is representing y and a is representing m and this x square is representing capital X and b is representing c here. So y equals to mx plus c. This is a linear equation. So it is important to note that the variables x and y in the equation y equals to mx plus c, they must contain only the original variables x and y. Like here you can see it's x square and we have xy. And they must not contain the unknown constants a and b, right? So it means that when you make b as subject or a as subject, then you can get this form easily. So I give you more examples. Another example is you are given equation of the type y equals to a under root x plus b under root x. So same way, you can simply take LCM first. It becomes ax because under root x into under root x means under root x square, which is equals to x. And then we cross multiply. Now here you see that there is a b which is constant. Now this whole expression, this xy is basically y, a is m, and this x is capital X, and b is c. So this is how you can transform a linear, convert any equation into a linear equation. Another example is y is equals y into a minus x is equals to bx. So how can you now make equation, linear equation? You first expand it. Or there is one more easier way. You can take this y on the other side. So a minus x is equals to b x over y. And then you can take this a on the other side or x on the other side and can bring this on this side. X is equals to minus bx over y plus a. So here this x is y and this b is m. This whole expression x over y is capital X and a is c. This is how you can transform linear equation to quadratic. This minus b is m. So we have basically more than one way to solve same question. But you have to just memorize the simple technique that x and y variables in the equation y equals to mx plus c, they must contain only the original variables x and y, and they must not contain the unknown constants a and b. This is the basic technique to solve the questions. Now we move to some little complicated examples. Y is equals to ax raised to the power b. Now here you see that we have an exponential variable x raised to the power b. So how can you transform into linear? First we take logarithm on both sides, common logarithm. So then it becomes lgy is equals to lg axb. Lgy is equals to, now you apply laws of multiplication. So you can write lga plus lgxb. Then you apply power formula here and can write blgx. Now this lgy is capital Y. Lga is a constant, will be C, and value B is representing M, and lgx is representing X. This is how you transform into a linear equation. And you can see that capital Y and capital X, they only contain the original variables X and Y. They must not contain the unknown constants A and B here. Now, more examples. If question is Y equals to EAX minus B, and you have to convert this non-linear equation into the form y equals to mx plus c, which is linear. What you need to do, like, because of this e, now you will take natural logarithm on both sides. So we take, instead of common, we take natural log on both sides. And laws for both are same. So here you will write ln y equals to ln e ax minus b. So first you apply a power formula. So it becomes ax minus b into ln e. And you know that ln e is 1. So you left with only ln y equals to ax minus b. And ln y is y. This is a is m. So this is m, x, capital X, and minus b is 3. So this is how you can transform into any question, any non-linear equation into a linear equation. Now I give you examples in which you will learn to convert from linear form to a non-linear equation. And you know that the graph of a linear equation is of the type it will be a straight line. When you draw, then you get a straight line. So how can you draw different lines? For example, you have to find, question is, find y in terms of x. And you are given two linear graphs here. This is x squared and y, and and this point is 4. And we have a line, linear line, and you are given any two coordinates on this line, point 6 and 8, and coordinates of this is 0 and 4 because it is on y-axis. And question is, you have to change into, convert from a linear form to a non-linear form. So the linear equation is, y equals to mx plus c. So with the help of these two, you can find gradient. Gradient is m, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is equals to 4 by 6, which is 2 by 3. And with the help of graph, you can see that the y-intercept is 4. It's the point where your line crosses y-axis. So you can write y equals to 2 by 3x plus 4. But you see that the variables we are using here, we have to change into a non-linear equation. They are x squared and y. Now you can write the a non-linear equation, it will be y is equals to 2 by 3 x squared plus 4. So this is the case where you can change a from a non-linear form to a linear equation. So more examples. Example, the graph is of the type 2, 3, and 5, 6 is there are any 2 points on this line, and this graph is between under root x and y. It's a linear graph. So the equation will be y equals to mx plus c. So how can we find the value of gradient? Gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it will be 3 by 3, which is 1. So y equals to x plus c. Now to find c, you substitute the values of x and y, 5 and 6, for example. So 6 is equals to 5 plus c, and this implies c is 1. So it means that the linear equation is y equals to x plus 1. But you see that the graph is between under root x and y. So you can replace x and y. Here you will write final equation is y is equals to under root x plus 1.